this is Patty Toledo. We are here with Edguy. Thank you very much for talking to me, first of all. And of course, with all the posters and everything, I have to ask, can you please talk a little bit about the new album, Age of Joker, and about Robin Hood, the new video?
Do I have to?
Yeah, please. Pretty please.
Well, what can I say? Well, I think we start with the video because it's the first thing that's going to be released. And well, we had a
Actually, it's today or yesterday? It was yesterday, right? The 5th.
Yeah, it was released yesterday, but the video is going to have premiere tomorrow. Premiere to the Asia show on the screen. So I'm pretty excited to see the reactions, how people react, because it's an interesting video. I mean, of course, the story Robin Hood is clear, and we tried to make a little short movie out of it.
And I have seen the movie that you based the video on. So I'm actually excited about it because I know the movie and that must be really cool.
Well, let's put it this way: if the people watching the video have just half as much fun as we had recording it, then everybody will be happy.
So, but tell me a little bit about the CD. The music, everything, how was it done? You know the drill.
Yeah. No, yes, I know the drill. What can I say? We're pretty happy with the result, how everything turned out, because we wanted to. Well, we never have a kind of master plan how the album should sound before we start songwriting. So everything what is on the album just happens naturally. And there are some very interesting new elements that we have included in a couple of songs. Like we have a lap steel guitar that makes one song sound a little bit like country rock, but only at the beginning. And we have some Irish folk elements included in another song. So there's a huge spectrum of variety on the album. But still, in some strange way, everything sounds still like Edguy, and that's pretty cool, because we're a band who don't like to repeat ourselves too much, so we have to keep it interesting. You have to look for new challenges, for new elements to include in the music and still make it sound like the band that's playing the stuff. And I think with the Age of the Joker album, we did a pretty good job in including new elements and keeping the classic trademarks that everybody is used to hear from us.
And you have this thing that you can see in the CDs and in the shows that you are very open-minded guys, like really humorous guys. You have this really edgy sense of humor. How does it work for you when you're composing? On stage we can see it, but you have this different vibe when you're playing. Does it happen also when you're recording?
Yes, of course. I mean, whenever we're together somehow, we usually having a good time, and especially in the studio, you know, Sasha is the producer. Mentally, it fits perfect to us. So even in the studio, we have always a good time. And well, even if we're doing metal music, we don't want to hide certain aspects of our personalities. Like, why should we? Why shouldn't we be laughing when we have a good time and stuff? So for us, it's just natural. But well, we got a lot of critics for that attitude at the beginning. But right now, we're in the luxury position that we can do whatever we want, and everybody says, well, it's that kind of thing. That's a luxury situation, I think.
Yes, it's kind of your identity to it. Like you're still truly heavy metal when you do what you do, but you don't have that true heavy metal attitude.
The funny thing about it, because heavy metal and rock and roll music for me means freedom, generally speaking. But if you're a power metal band and you do something that the power metal fans don't expect, then freedom is over. So that's why I sometimes don't understand that people speak about rock and roll is freedom and everything, but whenever you do something unexpected, then they criticize. And that's sometimes a bit weird, but we're used to it, and luckily there are many people who have the same attitude as we have, and so we still play shows with audience.
And you also always, every time you do something new, you can lose a little bit of fans, so you can get, and then you get them back. It's a back and forth.
Of course, yeah, but you have to take that risk if you want to develop. If you're just repeating yourself, it would get boring.
For everybody, actually.
Yeah. And if recording an album and writing songs would become a routine, then you should never stop.
And actually, that's what happens with a lot of power metal bands nowadays. holidays that you, after 20 years together, you see that they still sound like exactly the same thing. It's kind of hard to fresh, and in your attitude, it's easier to fresh, I guess.
Yes, I think so.
And you had a very, like, it was really difficult for you in the beginning. You struggled a lot. I know that a lot of bands struggle, but I have seen that you are very proud that you have struggled a lot and you succeeded after all that. How do you see all this success and acceptance after all that? Hard question.
Hard question. Yeah. Well, generally speaking, I'm pretty happy where we are today. I mean, obviously, we're making a living out of playing music, we play shows, we are in a position to record totally silly videos, so everything works fine for us. And at the beginning, especially when we had a little struggling with us, because we were never struggling, it was always people who had a problem with us. But we always had that kind of, since we have a very stable lineup, we're pretty good friends, we know what we want to do, and so it was pretty easy for us to carry on. We wouldn't want anybody to talk down. It was just we kept on doing what we enjoyed, and that's maybe the key.
But do you? What I mean is, because it was so hard in the beginning to be successful, like although you were always together and trying very hard, do you think you give more respect to what you have now because of that?
Definitely, but I think this is for me that has nothing to do with the kind of struggling. I think our career was pretty constant. That it wasn't a moment where we said, okay, now we're getting famous from nowhere and then we're gone forever. But from the very beginning, everything was step by step. Like when we recorded the first album, we were doing little shows and we were doing little support tours, and everything grew very, very, very slowly, but very constantly. And well, since I know how hard it was to play the first tour, for example, driving on your own in a caravan, of course you appreciate having a nightliner in. Nowadays we're living in a nice hotel. Oh, what luxury! I think that's all. Everything what kept our feet pretty much down to earth, since we know how hard it is if you don't have that kind of luxury like a nightliner or playing a headliner position at Wacken Festival. We've been through all the bad things already, and that makes us enjoy the good things even more.
And I think that it lacks that, the new generation, because a lot of these bands nowadays, they get successful really fast, and then they think that it's really, that being in this position is really easy. And most bands, like, when they carry on for a long time, it's never that easy anyway.
Right. I mean, we just toured with the Scorpions, and it was of course the biggest band that ever came out of Germany, and well, they had a great attitude. I mean, they were pretty nice to us, and you could see that they really enjoy what they are doing, and that's the most important key. I don't think that they take everything for granted that happened to them. They really, you see that they are happy, and they know that they have worked pretty hard to get where they are. And I think that's the key. If you work pretty hard for something, you can enjoy it even more.
And because this is a very international show, like me, Brazilian, living in Finland, making the show for England, tell me about tour, like South American tour in Scandinavia. Yes, everywhere.
German tour, yes. No, what is confirmed so far is the European part of the tour, which will start in September. That will go through Scandinavia. I think Finland not yet.
I hope you come.
Me too, of course. Been to Finland many times when we were mixing the albums in Finland. I really enjoyed Helsinki. But right now, the only thing confirmed is the European tour, which will start end of September. But I'm pretty sure there will follow more dates for South America, probably the United States. But it's just plans right now. There's nothing confirmed.
But what impression do you have from South American fans?
They're really into it. I mean, everybody, every band, every metal band enjoys playing there because the people are pretty outgoing, and that's what they bring into the show. Yeah, they cheer along, they sing like they nothing else before in their lives, and it's just fantastic. You just feel welcomed. and it's pretty good feedback.
One more question, out of the record, the craziest thing that ever happened on tour with you guys. With your sense of humor and the way you guys are, what is like the funniest or craziest stuff that happened to you?
Well, it always gets pretty funny and crazy when Felix is drinking too much. So then he gets really loud and everything, but generally speaking, I couldn't pick like one moment where I say, oh, this is extra crazy. Well, maybe there was one pretty weird situation, and it was in Prague on the Tinnitus Sanctus tour. The show was finished and we were sitting in the dressing room, and a tour manager came to us and said, okay, now going to the bus and leaving, but you have to hurry because there are really a lot of fans waiting in front of the bus. So that, okay, everybody was grabbing his stuff. And there were still a few people in the venue that we had to go through, and we were going out of the backstage area, and there was standing a girl, topless. And the weird thing was that everybody was so focused on leaving again that nobody paid even a little attention. And after we were sitting in the bus, there was like did you guys see that girl there standing at the backstage area? Topless? Yes. What? Maybe she will kill herself because everybody was just walking by with not paying any attention at all.
Nobody looked, nobody commented.
That was a pretty weird situation somehow, but afterwards it was crazy, at least for us, and funny.
But that's concentration when you were there.
Yeah, you have to do what the tour manager says. Leave.
Go there, yes. And one last message from the fans, everywhere. Now you can do it in German if you want to. Anyway.
No, let's keep it international. Well, I hope many people will check out the new album, and I hope that they will enjoy the video that we did for Robin Hood. I did enjoy it a lot, and hope to see as many people as possible on the upcoming tour. That's it from my side. I've done my job. Album is recorded, promotion is done. Yeah, I can go and do some funny video.
Now you have to play more.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
That's it. Yep.
Cheers.